A bunch of years ago, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, there was a big fight between two groups of Arabs near Haifa. Young guys. At one point, one of the groups had a hand grenade and they threw it at the other group. This grenade exploded right next to a 17-year-old Arab kid. His name was Yusuf. We would call him Yosef. Lehavdil, Yossi, Yusuf. He was rushed to the Rambam hospital in Haifa. Terrible shape. And the doctors all look at him and they say, we have to amputate his arms, his legs, and take out his eyes. He got so many shrapnel that it just wasn't shaykh. He's going to be infected and he will surely die otherwise. But there was one doctor there, Dr. Paz, I think Shlomo Paz. And he said, doctors, I don't think we should amputate his legs and arms, take out his eyes. 17-year-old. To bring him back in a little box like this, back to home, where's the rachamim? And they say, what do you suggest? So he says, I think we should work on him. Slowly but surely, taking each little piece out, I think it can be done. And they weren't sure. And Dr. Paz says, I'll take it on myself. I'll do it. And they agreed, and he did for the next 3 months. He invested so much time, day in, day out, days and nights, and slowly, with tremendous, tremendous patience, he took out little piece after little piece, and ointments, and he gives him such unbelievable treatment. And after 3 months, a miracle happened. Yusuf is walking on his own 2 legs, using his arms and seeing with his eyes. And the following day, he comes over to Dr. Paz with a big gift that he's holding in his hands. He says, here, doctor, this is for you. And Dr. Paz says, I don't need any gifts. You are my biggest gift. Look at you. You're using your own legs, your arms. You're seeing with your eyes. I don't need any gift from you. You are a walking gift. No, doctor, what you did for me, you have to take this. You have to take this. No, I don't need it. Please take it. Ad Kana Kofe Aleph. 6 months later, the Intifada broke out. There's major fights in Gaza. Dr. Paz was drafted, he's in reserve. And at one point, 2 Jews were hurt in Gaza. And Dr. Paz was rushed there, a doctor, and he's treating them. He's on the ground treating these 2 guys. And suddenly he sees this guy coming over with a gigantic rock in his hand. He looks at him, he said, Yusuf! Yusuf, it's me, Dr. Paz! From Rambam, from hospital, from Haifa, I took care of you for 6 months. Yusuf looks at him. Oh yeah, doctor, yeah, how are you doing? No, I apologize, things are different now, with the Intifada and everything, And as he says, things are different now, he took this rock and he smashed it on the head of Dr. Paz. Dr. Paz was rushed to the Rambam hospital. He was out for a few weeks. And then he had to go through hell, months and months of rehab. His face was completely destroyed, distorted. And he had surgery after surgery and so many different treatments. And at one point when he was in the rehab, his family came to visit. And he told them, you should know the pain that I endure during these treatments, the surgeries. It pales in comparison to the pain that I have every time I think about this Yusuf. Those legs that I gave him, had he used against me? The arms that I enabled him to use? The eyes that I allowed him to see with again? He took that and he used it against me. And this thought is too hard to bear. I'd rather die every single time I think about it. We think about this Yusuf, wicked, traitor, cruel. There's no one here, chas v'sholom, that would ever do such a thing. Ay, says Reb Moshe Cordovero. With the same legs that Kodesh Baruch Hu gave you, with the same arms, with the same eyes, you sin against him? So what's the big difference between us and Yusuf? And the opposite. When we use what HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us to serve Him, how much nachas is there in front of Ribono Shel Olam? Take those eyes, those legs, those arms, the shoulders, the digestive system, whatever He gave you, and you use it to serve Ribbono Shel Olam out of true recognition, Hakaras HaTov, how much nachas is there before Borei Olam?